Hello, everyone. Welcome. I have some people joining on the Zoom here today, and I have people joining live on Facebook. And maybe some of you will be watching the replay or once it's posted up on YouTube. But I want to welcome you all. I'd encourage you to do me a favor and just put a note in the chat, whether you're on Facebook or whether you're on the Zoom with me here today, where you're from. And I'd love to know who's joining me and sharing a little bit of time this afternoon with me. I am going to go ahead and do a screen share here, and I am going to do a more formal introduction for myself. We're here today. If you're here with me live now, it's Wednesday afternoon at 1 o'clock for what I refer to as my Wednesday Wellness Lunch and Learns. And the topic for the month is actually men's health. So we did women's health last month, and this month is men's health. And I look forward to having you join me for this topic. I, again, want to just introduce myself for those of you that don't know me. My name is Tamara Weinstein. I am a doctor of physical therapy and a board certified clinical nutritionist. I've been in private practice for many years with Action Physical Therapy and Wellness. I've been teaching for, oh gosh, I guess it's about 22 years now at New York Medical College in the Doctor of Physical Therapy program that has encompassed various courses over the numbers of years, but I've been very blessed to be able to have the opportunity to spend time with new graduating classes of physical therapists. And then for the past 16 years now, I have had the opportunity to work with this amazing company that brings me here to you today, and that's marketamericashop.com. I started with this company about 16 years ago because I was introduced to their amazing health and nutrition products. And I just was so excited to find a line of products that met my thoughts on what we should have in terms of quality standard to offer for my patients and to even use for my own family. And so I started working with the Nutrimetrics division of this company as a health professional and as well as a health Nutrimetrics consultant. And for the past 8 years or so, I've been lucky enough to be out in the field, spending time with all of you, helping to educate on not only Nutrimetrics, but also our amazing health and nutrition products. So again, I want to thank you for joining me. I most recently became the Director of Sales and Continued Education for Health and Nutrition for the company. And that gives me the honor to come out more to the field and help and educate as much as I can, or as much as you'll have me and listen to me. So I'm excited to be with you today. Of course, before I go into any presentation, I must share this FDA disclaimer. The statements in the presentation that I am going to be doing for you this afternoon have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. Market America's products are not intended to diagnose, to treat, to cure, or to prevent any disease, right? We are going to be talking more as we spend a little time together this afternoon on healthy eating choices, healthy food choices, and so forth. And I am a true believer that the need to supplement the diet where it falls short to support the body systems is really what I encourage people to do. So it's healthy foods first and fill in the gaps and give the body the extra support that it needs to function most efficiently. So again, we're not trying to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases as we go through and we talk about these supplements. It's really for support. So we're here today to talk about men's health. And, you know, men and women differ slightly, just slightly, right? I think generally speaking, you know, women tend to be a little bit more proactive on the front end of things and seek out solutions. But men, I think once they come on board and they're ready to actually seek out those solutions, they tend to stick with them a little bit with a little more grit, I think. But one way to a man's adherence to healthy lifestyle is really to connect the daily actions that he goes through to sexual well-being, to emotional well-being, to physical well-being and performance, right? Because those are the things that keep us going on a day-to-day basis. That's what's important. So the most common reasons men actually seek out supplementation is for overall health and wellness, right? And that makes perfect sense. But specifically, men also seek out supplementation when they have issues with increased frequency and urgency to urinate, especially at night, right? Nobody likes to keep getting up during the night to have to use the restroom. So that often will be one of the triggers to seek out some support there. Hesitancy before urinating, if they're interested in supporting their physical endurance, whether that's getting back out into the gym or some athletics, or just getting through their daily routines. Of course, if there's an impact on sexual drive. And I think the other one very common reason is for cardiovascular health and longevity, right? Because we know that's a well and healthfully. So that's another reason I think many men will seek out some support. So I always like to start with diet, right? Because again, I think it's food first. That's really important. And diet is intimately linked to health, right? We all know that. And it's for men as well as for women, but our focus here is on men. And you know, there's really no magic formula for eating healthy, but there are certain things that we need to target in the diet, certain things that we need extra of in order to support cardiovascular health and metabolic and hormonal factors, right? There's certain nutrients, whether it's our macronutrients, our proteins, our fats, making sure we're eating the good healthy carbohydrates, not the bad stuff, right? And then it's also the micronutrients, it's those vitamins and it's those minerals as well. So specific foods really can play a unique role in a man's diet for prostate health, for maintaining lean body mass, for putting on muscle, right? Which may even have an influence on sexual health. We want to maintain good, healthy muscle mass as we age, especially because as we age, we start to see a decrease in that muscle mass. So certain things we're going to talk about as we go through our session here today is talking about those macronutrients, the proteins and the fats, which are really important. And some of the micronutrients we'll get into, like vitamin D and the B vitamins and zinc. And also we're going to talk about some amino acids and things like that as well, because these all play an important role. So it's eating the balanced meal, right? Which includes those proteins and things, but we also want to think about amino acids. Now, amino acids are kind of those building blocks that we need to create protein, which in turn is what we need to create muscle, right? So we want to eat a balanced diet, which includes those aminos, and those essential amino acids that we need to take in are things like leucine, valine, isoleucine, tryptophan's another one, phenylalanine, arginine, methionine, threonine and histidine. You know, some of these things are commonly found in our diet, and some of them are just a little bit more difficult to find. So some of the food choices that we want to make sure we get enough of is those proteins. And some of the best sources for these proteins and these amino acids are things like meat, poultry, and fish, right? Those are important to get that. For instance, tryptophan is commonly found in poultry, like turkey. That's where most people are familiar with it. But we want to balance those protein-rich as well with amino-rich vegetables. And so what we want to look at there are things like dark green leafy vegetables, colorful peppers, things like nuts and seeds also are great choices to add in. And all of these things, when we balance them out together, really give men the best pool of amino acids for healthy aging. And that's our goal, right? We all want to age well. And so again, it's getting enough protein in, knowing that not all protein is created equal, but making sure we're getting the right kind of protein in to meet the daily needs, the physical, the metabolic needs. We want to make sure that we're getting that balance of those essential amino acids. And then it's really important that in addition to getting enough protein, that we're not forgetting those antioxidants, because antioxidants are really important. We need to support those detoxification pathways. We need to fight those free radicals that we are generating from inside our body, which is from things like metabolizing our foods, breaking down our fats, our proteins, our carbohydrates. When we exercise, we generate free radicals. Well, obviously we don't want to stop that, right? We need that. We need to break down and metabolize our foods. We want to exercise and get that in, but we need to combat those that occur inside the body, as well as from what happens that we're getting bombarded with from the outside environment. So getting enough antioxidant in is extremely important, as well as getting in things like B vitamins and fiber. So again, we talked about eating the colorful vegetables. Those tend to contain things called phytochemicals, which are great antioxidants. And the more colorful, the better. And so those phytochemicals we look at in terms of antioxidants are what we sometimes call anthocyanidins. And those actually are very beneficial in helping with vascular health, and maintaining uric acid in healthy ranges. And so great for overall cardiovascular health, as well as supporting detoxification and fighting those free radicals that we're bombarded with from both the inside and out. And then, of course, we need good, healthy fats. You know, there was times when there was different thought process, but as time went on, people realized fat is extremely important to have in the diet. It's the choices that we make, right? We're talking about the good, healthy fats. And so one of the richest sources of the good, healthy fat, which is the omega-3 fatty acids, is really found in things like fish. And fish, like salmon, is a fantastic choice to include into your diet on a regular basis. In addition to the omega-3 fatty acids, fish like salmon, and I personally prefer wild over farm raised. I know it's a little more expensive, but that's my personal preference. I think it's worth the extra amount there. But they're not only rich in omega-3 fatty acids, but they're rich in other sources of vitamins like B vitamins and vitamin D, as well as minerals. And some of those important minerals that we want to take a closer look at are things like zinc. Zinc is an important mineral for men to consider in their diet. Iodine, magnesium, and potassium as well. So in addition to fish, right, which are high in some of these things, some of the next best choices to eating fish for that healthy fat content, for some of these minerals, especially like zinc, would be those things like nuts, seeds, and even avocados are fantastic to include as a good healthy fat in your diet. So you want to make sure you get those in, right? But as I mentioned before, I am a believer in the need to supplement. I think it's really not a luxury. I think it is extremely important to support our nutrition from the foods we eat, where we fall short in our diet, because none of us are perfect, no matter how well we try, and to support our body and our body systems, right? That's, in my opinion, I think a very important thing to add into our daily routine is that extra supplementation for support. And anytime I talk about supplementation, I always have to discuss the fact of quality and how much it matters. And that's what I found when I did my homework, 16 years ago when I came to work with this company and their products, is I did my due diligence. I vetted the products and the process and the ingredients and the formulations. And I have to tell you guys, I was so pleasantly surprised as to their commitment to quality. This company really does bring a superior quality supplement out to the market. They get the best ingredients from the best sources. The raw ingredients that they use in the products that we have to offer here come with what we call our certificate of analysis. What that means is they test them. They come tested for their purity. They come tested for their potency. And this company picks the ingredients that were tested. And in fact, not only do they come with their certificate of analysis, but this company picks many of the trademarked ingredients that were used in the clinical studies, that were looked at in the research, and they used those specific trademarked ingredients and they put them in the amount that was shown in the studies to be effective. And I can't stress the importance of that to you enough, because there's a lot of companies out there on the market that say they have a specific ingredient, but it might just be a very tiny amount. This company gets those trademarked ingredients and they put them in the amount that was shown in the study to be an effective, or what I refer to as a therapeutic amount, right? So that's really important. And so they're also formulated with other synergistic ingredients to increase the efficacy of the products. And then they're tested out in the manufacturers, which, by the way, are all GMP certified plants. That means they follow good manufacturing practice for quality control and standards. And then they're all checked. And then when the products come back to our warehouse in Greensboro, North Carolina, they're checked again for their efficacy, for their purity, for their potency, and to make sure that everything meets the standards of this company. And they do really go above and beyond what the general industry standards are. So I do like to stress that, so that you're aware that the products really do have that backing that can give you the confidence. I personally would not take any products that I haven't looked at to make sure that there was some scientific substantiation behind them. I wouldn't give them to my children, of which I have 4, and all 4 of my kids take these, along with my husband and the rest of my family. I think that's really important to have that component there. And so I want you to know that our ingredients and our formulations do have that backing behind it, because the competition out of the market is fierce. And I think it is important that you know what makes you different in terms of when we are talking about these amazing products. So again, best quality products, best delivery system, backed by science and clinical studies. And I think that is amazing. And so with that, I want to get into our first product that I wanted to share with you under the topic of men's health. And by the way, I have them here too. I love this product. This is our anti-aging Isotonix Essentials. And by the way, this is for adults of all ages. You do not need to be older in years to start taking this product. And you don't even need to be a man, by the way, because I personally like to use this product as well. But I thought this was a fantastic product to share here, because it's very comprehensive and it's easy to use in the little individual packets where you just dump it in your water and add the 8 ounces of water to form that isotonic solution. That isotonicity is basically making the solution to match your body fluid. So you're taking a certain amount of powder with a certain amount of water. When mixed together, it increases the bioavailability of that nutrition to about 90 to 95%, so that when you drink it, preferably on an empty stomach, you're going to have the increased chance of absorbing it, right? So what we each absorb depends on the health of our own gut. So it's important to take care of your gut health as well. But having it in the isotonic delivery system really increases your chances, because it's increasing the bioavailability of the nutrition. So again, it's for all ages, and this is a product that provides strong antioxidant defense. It helps support skeletal and muscular health, muscle health and strength, as well as maintaining bone health. It supports cognitive health. It helps with energy and stamina. And I'm going to share just a highlight of some of the ingredients in this particular product. Generally speaking, it is a good choice for a multivitamin. It does have a full serving of vitamin D3 in this product. So there is 5,600 IUs of vitamin D3 in 1 serving a day, which is fantastic. So you don't need to necessarily add additional vitamin D into your daily routine. Vitamin D, I think most of you are aware, helps to support the immune system, skeletal and muscle health. There's also vitamin K2 in here. Vitamin K2 is to help support bone and arterial health. And vitamin K2 and vitamin D3, along with calcium, really go hand in hand. They work synergistically together. There's iron in this product, and that iron is a trademarked ingredient called Sun Active Iron. And I love this particular iron because this is an iron that overcomes the problems that many people complain of when they take an iron, such as the unpleasant taste or the irritation to the stomach. People complain that it might make them nauseous, and so forth. And so this is a very gentle iron on the GI tract. And I think it is one that most people can attest to the fact that they don't have some of these problems with. Now, in addition, there is carnitine in there, which is one of those amino acids that help support fat metabolism in the heart, the organs, and the tissue. It transports fatty acids into the mitochondria so that they can help produce energy, right? When we're talking about the mitochondria, we're talking about ATP production, and that's energy. The mitochondria, those batteries of the cell that help to give us that energy, right? And coenzyme Q10 is in here as well, which also works down into the cells of the body and helps with energy and stamina. Quadrafolic is our trademark folic acid. It is the one that's in the active form, or what we would call the methylated form, or methyl tetrahydrofolate. So it doesn't require any conversion in the body, because many individuals have a difficult time metabolizing folic acid. And so this is in the ready available form of folic acid, which really is the most beneficial form to have. So our anti-aging Isotonix essentials are really for cognitive health, antioxidant defense, and muscle health, right? It's almost like its own little mini custom cocktail, as I refer to it. And again, fantastic for men, but fantastic for all, and of all ages as well. And this is a product that provides support for physical and mental effects of aging, helps maintain cardiovascular health, muscle health and strength, energy, stamina, brain and cognitive health. It has the antioxidant defense, helps maintain bone health, and provides daily nutrients to support healthy aging, giving us both energy and stamina. And so this is a fantastic little mini cocktail that's really easy to use. I like taking mine first thing in the morning when I wake up, before I drink my coffee, before I brush my teeth, any of that. Just pour that little satchel in 8 ounces of water, and it offers so many different health benefits. I just love this particular product. And by the way, there's more ingredients in here. You can go to the website if you're a guest joining me today. Ask the person that invited you to watch this the access to their website, so you can go ahead and click on it and read more information about the ingredients and the benefits of this product. So when we're talking about men, we also want to talk about healthy weight, right? This is really important because excess weight, as I think most of you are very well aware, can be linked to cardiovascular function, right? And that's for all of us, but men specifically, also for the health of the prostate, metabolism of hormones, overall lifespan, sexual function, these things all come into a play. So we do want to think about weight, and we also want to think about muscle mass. Excess weight and stress hormones are actually in competition for resources for the body. So when we don't address them both together, we find that there's a failure to support both the physical demands and the metabolic needs for healthy aging and for hormone function. So both weight and stress affect men of all ages, and they are the fastest way to impact healthy cardiovascular, sexual, and metabolic function. So these are areas that we want to address, and they're important things to think about. And so when we're talking about a healthy weight, I always go back to our amazing TLS weight loss solution, right? Our Transitions Lifestyle System. This is a program that is lifestyle based, that has all of the education tools needed, all encompassed within. And again, if you're a guest here joining, listening to me today, I highly recommend that you ask the person that invited you how to find their TLS site. There is a weight loss profile that you can fill out that will give you some guidance, and all of the educational resources are available as well. But I did want to highlight a couple of products because we were talking about the need for increased protein, right? And we have an amazing nutrition shake. It comes in vanilla, chocolate, and cookies and cream. And it has that protein. It's high in fiber. It's got 10 grams of fiber in it. And we talked about the need and importance for fiber in the diet. So this is a great way to get some additional protein in. We mentioned stress. And we do have our TLS Weight Loss Solutions ACTS, which is an adrenal cortisol thyroid stress support formula, which has a number of different botanicals in there, things like ashwagandha and rhodiola and holy basil. These botanicals help bring the body to the balance and help to manage stress, supporting the adrenal and thyroid glands as well. And then we have our CLA, which is our conjugated linoleic acid, which especially when you're exercising helps support lean muscle mass. And so these are just 3 things that I wanted to share with you that might be great go-tos for extra protein, for help and support with stress and muscle. And then I wanted to share with you our Ultra Prime Secretagogue. This is our Prime is actually our anti-aging line of nutraceuticals. And this is a fantastic product that I don't think enough people really have a chance to look at the ingredients. But Ultra Prime Secretagogue is really a powerful combination of amino acids. Those amino acids, as I mentioned earlier, those are the natural building blocks of protein. We need the protein to build more muscle, right? So you can see the necessity here as we talk about these things. But these amino acids have been scientifically shown to effectively raise human growth hormone levels, or what we call HGH levels, which have a tendency to decrease as we age, right? A lot of the things that we want to increase as we age, unfortunately, decrease, and things that we want to decrease as we age, unfortunately, increase. And that's where comes in the need to give that extra support. And this is a product that absolutely can do that. I do want you to be aware that you want to time this particular product. So taken with proper timing, things like exercise and or sleep, as well as eating that healthy diet, you can turn back the clock and support the aging process. And that's what we're talking about here. So growth hormone is naturally released by the pituitary gland in response to sleep, as well as the response to exercise. And that's done in order to help replenish the tissues. So that's why we time this product with sleep and or exercise. And there are directions on that label to explain how to take it. But we want good growth hormone levels because optimal levels favor lean body mass, cell regeneration. They support a healthy immune system, support healthy bone density, stimulate the breakdown of fat for energy, and help support healthy body composition. And as I mentioned, growth hormone, natural growth hormone tends to decline as we age. And so this is a product that has these amino acids in it to help support more of our own natural growth hormone, right? It's the precursors that we need in our body to make more, the stimulation for our pituitary gland. So L-arginine is one. Arginine supports healthy hormone synthesis and is a precursor for protein synthesis. It's an amino acid that promotes the normal production of nitric oxide. And nitric oxide production is extremely important. It's been shown to help blood vessels remain relaxed. So when blood vessels remain relaxed, they tend to open up, or what we call vasodilate, and that allows blood to flow more freely through. And as a result, we have oxygenation, assisting in improving sexual vitality. It helps to increase strength, supports normal circulation to the heart and other blood vessels as well. And when, by the way, when you see the L in front of it, that means it's a natural versus a synthetic amino acid. So I just like to point that out because people will sometimes ask the sources of where these things come from. So the L in front is natural versus synthetic. L-glutamine is another amino acid found in this product, and this helps maintain the health of the immune system, the digestive tract, and muscle cells. It is roughly 60% of your skeletal muscle is made up of glutamine. It's great for GI health as well, and it is easily exhausted under conditions of stress. Taurine is another amino acid that tends to decline as we age, and so giving the extra support is important. This has antioxidant activities that support stable membranes, may help with healthy cardiovascular system. It's essential for optimal cellular function, again, because it helps support stable membranes. Glycine is another amino acid that may help support normal healing. It's a necessary building block. It actually works closely with L-glutamine to support brain function. It may enhance memory and mental function. It's a neurotransmitter that has shown some positive implications regarding mental function as well. And so you could see here on my screen, there is quite a vast variety of benefits to this ultra prime secretagogue. Secretagogue, again, naturally increases the production and secretion of human growth hormone by helping the brain's pituitary gland. It is a safe, natural, and effective way to trigger that wake up of the pituitary gland to make more. And of course, all the amino acids are in there that are the necessary amino acids to do so. This is a product that really recreates a youthful, natural pattern of that HGH production and release into the body. And there are so many benefits to having that increase in human growth hormone, maintaining cardiovascular health, increasing endurance, maintains immune health, assists in improving sexual vitality, increases the body's metabolic rate to help break down fat and burn calories, maintaining joint health. This is just a product that has so many benefits that you can see. Again, it's one product that I thought would be very beneficial to discuss on our topic today of men's health, because I think a lot of the things on this screen here are things that men are looking for some support of. So again, with this particular product, timing is of importance. It does help to build muscle, but studies show that it should be taken at certain times. So one study that was done by Syracuse University showed that taking arginine, that amino acid L-arginine, prior to exercise can actually blunt the human growth hormone. So this is a product that's actually best taken after workout. Okay, so when you look at the label, it actually explains the times to take it would be after working out, right after exercise, which then will help support recovery, or you can take it before bed. And there's a cycle on and off. You don't take it consistently for all 30 days of the month. So again, if this is a product that you'd like to try, and I would highly encourage it, you do want to just make sure you read the label and the description of how to best take it after exercise, before bed or before bedtime, and when you cycle on and off this particular product, because that does make a difference in maximizing the benefit of it. Now, we mentioned cardiovascular health before, which is a concern, and cardiovascular health or heart health isn't only a concern in and of itself, but it's also for sexual health. Those two really can go hand in hand. So heart health and men's physical and sexual endurance are intertwined, and our physical endurance relies on sufficient blood flow to our organs, all of our organs, and to our muscles. And just as cardiac and skeletal muscle requires adequate blood flow for the nutrients to get delivered, It's also important for hormones and oxygen necessary for quality and power of their next contraction, right? So we need proper blood flow. We need proper oxygenation to our muscles. We need the nutrients and so forth. We also need it to get to the genitals, because the genitals rely on blood flow to create arousal as well as a quality of erection for a man. So lifestyles that interfere with health of blood flow include things like alcohol and drug abuse, smoking, overeating, lack of exercise, and poor sleep hygiene. So the things we're going to do is flip those around, right? So we're going to recommend decreasing the alcohol, abstain from the drug use, right? If you smoke, please quit. It's not good for you. In lieu of overeating, we're going to recommend the TLS lifestyle program, which is a healthy way to eat. We're going to encourage you to exercise as well as to get a good night's sleep. We do have some fantastic products in our heart health line that I just wanted to mention to you. If you're looking for blood pressure and vascular support, we do have a heart health blood pressure and vascular support formula, which has grapeseed extract and lycopene in it, and it helps to support healthy blood pressure as well as supporting vascular flow and circulation to the body. So this is a fantastic go-to product. It's not the one that I recommend if you are taking a prescription blood pressure medication, but along with your lifestyle choices to maintain healthy blood pressure, as well as those individuals looking for that vascular and circulatory support, whether it's for your endurance, for exercise, for workout, or for our topic of today. We also have our Heart Health Advanced Lipotrim for healthy cholesterol. And then we have our Prime Astaxanthin, which is our cardiac and visual vitality support formula, which also has so many health benefits that I thought it was important to mention here, including muscular endurance and cardiovascular health and visual health, which quite frankly is important for all of us, right? And then, of course, we want to talk about support specifically for male sexual health. And, the following really must be thought about to maintain hardness, right? First and foremost, we talked about the need for a healthy blood supply, right? We need to allow for blood and oxygen to be transported to all areas of the body. It needs to be transported to the penis. It is a needed blood supply to have an erection as well as to maintain it. Number two is for healthy nerve supply, right? Stimulates muscular contraction or relaxation, and that will help to determine the degree of hardness of an erection. We talked about nitric oxide earlier, and we do need healthy nitric oxide supply, and L-arginine is one of those amino acids that I mentioned that the body really uses to make nitric oxide. And again, that allows for the penis to fill with blood, creating that erection. So we have a couple products here that I wanted to share with you on this topic. And the first one is our Prime Time Performance Formula for Men. You could see the ingredients up here on the screen. The first ingredient is a botanical called horny goatweed. Yes, horny goatweed, schizandra. There's ginseng in here, Tribulus terrestris, ginkgo biloba, as well as zinc. And I just wanted to highlight a couple of these ingredients for you in this product so that you understand why they're in here. That first, that the Tribulus terrestris, which you'll see again in our next product as well, is used for a general tonic for energy, helps maintain normal testosterone levels indirectly by helping to maintain blood levels of luteinizing hormone. So it's indirectly helping to maintain those normal testosterone levels. That horny goatweed helps the body maintain healthy levels of testosterone, which helps support libido and promotes healthy blood vessel dilation. We talked about the need for the blood to flow through those vessels. Schizandra is known for its ability to promote healthy levels of nitric oxide, and we talked about the importance of that in respects to having an appropriate erection, because that's tied to the physiology of that. This is an adaptogen, which also helps support the body's response to stress. The Panax ginseng is also an adaptogen that helps the body, indirectly dealing with the effects of mental and physical stress as well, and promotes physical, including sexual and mental performance. And then the ginkgo in here promotes men's sexual health and erection quality, the ability to attain normal erections by supporting that blood circulation, again, which we know is so important. And zinc is one of those minerals that plays a part in testosterone physiology. And because the prostate actually has high concentrations of that particular mineral, more than any other tissue, zinc actually is well known to support a healthy prostate. We're going to talk about that in another product as well. So prime time performance formula for men helps promote healthy erectile quality, helps maintain healthy testosterone levels, healthy sexual drive, healthy libido for men, supports male sexual vitality, supports normal production of that nitric oxide, supports blood vessel dilation, supports athletic and physical performance, endurance and strength, and also promotes healthy sperm count and sperm motility. So this is a great go-to product for men that are looking for support in any of these areas. And then in addition to our prime time performance for men, I have to share with you also our Isotonix sexual health formula. So this is another Isotonix that we have in our line, the powder that when you mix with water forms that isotonic solution that can give you that benefit. And we have some similar ingredients in here, and they can be both taken. And this is another product that's recommended to take on a daily basis in order to get the benefits. These are not products that you take as needed, right? They don't work like that. You want to take them on the regular basis so that you get the daily benefit of these ingredients into your routine. So just like that last product, we have the tribulus testris in here, which is that tonic for energy that I mentioned before, that supports libido, desire, and helps maintain normal sexual function. We have fenugreek in here. Now, fenugreek is another botanical that supports sexual drive, arousal, and libido. And studies have shown that it may show promise for supporting sexual function, and drive and function. And by the way, this is a product that is geared, unlike the last one that was specifically geared more for men. This is a product that is actually created for both men and women. So both males and females can benefit from taking this product for the same reasons on a daily basis. There's also pycnogenol in here. Now, pycnogenol is one of our trademarked ingredients that has so many health benefits. I could just spend quite a bit of time on this, but pycnogenol specifically in this particular product, it was chosen to put in here for the normal production of the nitric oxide and the dilation of the blood vessels, which is excellent for promoting sexual health and wellness, as well as cardiovascular health and wellness. And then the ginseng in here, which is that adaptogen, has those adaptogenic properties for stress, but also supports normal nitric oxide dilation of blood vessels in this product as well. So our Isotonix sexual health formula, again, can be for women as well as for men. So if women are joining me today, and maybe you are, so you can help support the men in your lives. This is a product that promotes sexual wellness, healthy libido, normal sexual function, normal blood flow to the genitals by promoting that nitric oxide and that normal blood flow. And again, this is a product that can be consumed daily on a regular basis to give you that extra support that you need for a healthy libido, because it's not that product that you take on an as needed basis. It's not the way it works. So those are two of the products in our line that I wanted to share with you to help support sexual health. And then the next thing we want to talk about when we're talking about men's health, of course, comes down to prostate health and some support there. And it's important because over the years, we have found that there's a variety of nutraceuticals that have been used to support prostate health. Some of these herbs have been used to promote prostate health and well-being, and have been used in several clinical trials, especially popular in Europe. And the key is to selecting a natural alternative, looking for specific herbs and nutrients that work in concert together. Things like saw palmetto, reishi. Zinc, I mentioned before, is one of those minerals that's super highly concentrated in the prostate, and selenium as well. So we actually have two different formulas that I wanted to share with you. They are similar. The first one is our MPC, or Maximum Prostate Care. MPC. This is sort of like the standard entry level, as I like to refer to it, product for those who just want some additional support. I'm just going to highlight some of those ingredients in here, some of those standout ingredients. Again, you can always get more details by using the website to get the greater detail on them. But the pygium is a compound known that has beta-sitosterol in it. These terpenes and ferulic esters, they help promote a normal prostate by promoting and maintaining urinary function. Selenium is a mineral in here that has been shown to support prostate health due to its free radical scavenging properties. So it's an antioxidant. It has been shown to help with that cell cycle activity, or what we call that apoptosis, meaning those cells, when they grow old and they need to die off, that they do appropriately die off. That's that apoptosis. So that normal cell proliferation, which is really important. And then saw palmetto and zinc and a blend of reishi mushrooms and licorice and chrysanthemum activities in this particular product. So this is what I refer to as the baseline for support in giving that prostate care, helping to maintain proper urinary function, supporting cardiovascular health, supporting a healthy prostate, cell function, immune system, as well as supporting male libido. This second one, this prime prostate defense formula, that's in our prime anti-aging line. This one I kind of refer to as a step above, right? It's got a little bit more in it. And so this is the one that I often recommend for those men that are looking for the additional support versus the last one, which is kind of the entry level. This is the one that I go to that men might want a little extra support for in our prime line. So this is the nutritional support for prostate health. It's got some similar ingredients as well as some additional. So it does have the saw palmetto in there. And this is rich in active free fatty acids. It may help maintain urinary health, cell health, and has extensive research behind it. The stinging nettle extract works in combination with the saw palmetto to support urinary tract and DHT levels. There is pumpkin seed extract in here, which works very similar to the saw palmetto in terms of supporting urinary health. Dyer's wood extract, which is a natural antioxidant and free radical scavenger. In addition, there is grapeseed extract in here, which is a powerful antioxidant and free radical scavenger. There's a trademarked grapeseed extract in here. You will find grapeseed in our other products, some of our other products as well, like our blood pressure and vascular support and our OPC3. But this is a patented phytosome delivery system that is put in this product because it's in a capsule form to help increase the absorption of the grapeseed. And then we have zinc, of course, which I mentioned before. Zinc is really affiliated with prostate health. It accumulates in the prostate more than any other soft tissue. And really, the average American consumes less than what is recommended in the recommended daily allowance of zinc. So the need to supplement is there, especially for men, for support for prostate health. So this prime prostate defense promotes a healthy prostate gland, normal healthy prostate size, as well as function, may help minimize the negative effects of the DHT, that hormone within the prostate, helps maintain proper urinary function. It helps with that cell cycle activity by inducing apoptosis, killing off those unhealthy cells, promoting healthy cell function, promotes antioxidant protection from the negative effects of free radicals, promotes healthy blood flow. And so this is a fantastic go-to for support for men. So of course, we needed to chat with that in this particular segment. So just winding down, I know some of you are joining me here today live on the Zoom or live in the Facebook group on Market America. You know, please feel free to share some information if you've used these products, if you've liked these products, if you need more information on these products. And this will, you know, be helpful, I think, for individuals and for me as well as I bring more information out to you. So just rounding off, you know, when we're talking about overall commitment for men's health, we're talking about fitness, right? The goal is to do something on a daily basis. Exercise is really important. You should get some cardiovascular exercise in. It's recommended 30 minutes of cardio, at least, you know, 4 or 5 times a week would be great. But I also recommend strength training, really important to maintain healthy muscle mass. Nutrition, of course, as I spoke about at the beginning of this segment, you know, eating a healthy lifestyle, possibly reducing portion size if somebody eats or is an overeater, but eating foods that are low glycemic and including supplementation, following the TLS lifestyle is a fantastic way to maintain healthy nutrition because, again, all the education is there for you and the recommendations for supplements as well. Make sure you address the stress in your life. Use those adaptogenic products like our TLS Axe or our Bliss. Make sure you get a good night's sleep. Stop smoking. And I had mentioned the TLS weight loss profile, but I also want to mention that we do have a NutriPhysical profile as well that you can take. So when people are overwhelmed, they don't know where to get started, or they want to hone in on a specific topic, we do have the NutriPhysical available for you. This is actually broken down into 8 different quizzes. So there's a quiz on sleep, there's a quiz on fitness, there's a quiz on hormones, on cardiovascular health, cognitive health, you know, digestive health, so forth. So you can take 1 quiz, you could take 3 quizzes. I do recommend getting through all 8, even if you don't do them all at the same time, because the more quizzes you take, the more specific the recommendations of supplementation are going to be for you based on how you answered those quizzes. So you want to make sure to go ahead and take those. Those can be found on the website for you. And if you're a guest here joining me and you want to take these quizzes, be it the weight loss profile or the NutriPhysical, I'm sure the person that invited you to watch this would be able to send you the link to go ahead and do that. And so with that, I really want to thank you for joining me this segment and spending a little time with me, whether you're here live with me on the Zoom or on Facebook. Again, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I hope I brought you some valuable information. You know, men's health is an important topic. Each month we'll be back with new topics. Previous topics from previous months that I've done. February was heart health. You know, March was sleep. April was stress. May was women's health. Those will all be made available for you, whether it's on the Market America website or eventually in the YouTube under the health and nutrition tab as well. So again, I want to thank you so much. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I look forward to coming back to you with some more information real soon. Thanks so much, everyone.